Well, good morning, everyone. How are ya? Hope you're having a great start to your day, and we want to say hello to our dear friends this morning, and we always thank you for coming on. We appreciate it big time. And number one, Mike from Norland. Andrea, Niagara Falls. Number two this morning. Let's see if Brahim's on with us this morning. Kevin, you're coming right back up to the top, my friend. Sandy, Minnesota. Leela, Werner, how are you guys? And Sue, good morning. And Donna, P-E-I, Kate, Tarana. Jeanette, how are you from Kapuskasing? Frida, good morning. Nick from our staff. And Jeanette, 1 and 2. Wendy, Markham, good morning. Linda, oh, those Lindas. Laurie, how are you from Cambridge? Vince and Cecilia from Sudbury. Where's that, Cecilia? I have no idea. Keith, good morning. Donna, Newfoundland. I can't see that one. Mary. Jeanette, how are you? Arlene, good morning. Yvonne, how are you from Petawawa? Gertie, Burlington. Janice, Brampton. Sue from Bolton. Lynn, Aurora. Beverly, Stephenville, Newfoundland, and I can't see it. Jeanette, that goes up into my club. Kathy, Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec, how are you? Connie, good morning. Beverly, New Brunswick. Catherine, Parksville, British Columbia. And Donna. And see, went up into the cloud. I can't see him. Two of them went into that cloud up there. Rita, good morning. And it looks like Helga. Bonnie, London. Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Sylvie, North Bay, good morning. Marilyn, Kelowna. Maureen, Penticton, British Columbia. Donna, lots of Donnas this morning. Karen, Peterborough. Len and Judy from Edmonton. Donna, good morning. Hey, see, lots of Donna. Sonia. Okay. Karen, Kincardine. We are so, I think that was Janet there. Robin from Connecticut. Cheryl, how are you? Brahim, what in the world happened to you, Brahim, and all of Gary? Okay, guys. Let me read something that I got here. We're going to talk this morning about depression. Okay, we're going to talk this morning about depression. And let me read something I got. This is after the third week of reset, and something strange happened to me. First, let me tell you that I have had depression and have taken medication for the last 30 years to keep me afloat. This last year, the doc increased the dose as I just wasn't doing well. So with the increase, I really haven't been feeling anything at all. So back to this morning, I experienced a mood change, one of sheer blissful joy. I let it wash over me, remembering a time in my childhood, in summer, skipping along the road, happy just to be alive. And you know, what is the connection there? Okay, so here's a third week into reset. By the way, May 1st, you might want to start the reset. I know there's people doing it. And if you're in our private Facebook group, just let people know that you're going to do the reset. And the reason I want to encourage you to do that is because you get a lot of support in there. We're going to pump your tires up. A 30-day program of eggs, meat, and cheese. And it's going to help you. We're aiming at a metabolic storm. We're aiming to fix that. And you have to start with food. If you were to build a pyramid for your health, the bottom, the foundation, the anchor is a change of fuel. Even in depression, which is, like depression is like it's on steroids today. It's so common and so prevalent. And look, depression has been around as long as man has been around. But I'm telling you, the numbers are astronomical. And we spent some time talking about SSRIs. And we mentioned this yesterday. 90% of the serotonin, the feel-good hormone, is not found in your brain, it's found in your gut. We talked about that yesterday. But what I want to do this morning is talk about depression, but what we can do. Why? Let's figure out why there's so much. Now, I've always had, I've never changed my mind on this. I always believed that there was sort of a three-prong approach to depression. Okay? And it was, one, deficiencies. Deficiencies. Something missing. Okay? And we'll go into that. Okay? Two, anxiety, stress. Now, who isn't stressed? And not everybody goes into depression, but anxiety left unchecked will lead to eventually to depression. It's a two-sided coin, anxiety, depression. Okay, I've talked to you about that a lot. We spent a lot of time, and we will again, I'm sure, talk about cortisol. The cortisol is on your side till it's not. And then I want to talk to you about, so deficiencies, anxiety, and then what organ, what organs are affected the most by depression or the cause of depression? What organs are involved? Obviously your brain, but it's more than that. And we talked about the gut. You got more hormones in your gut than you have in your brain. So obviously leaky gut. And leaky gut, and what I want to bring to you this morning is leaky gut and leaky thyroid. There's research that's showing if you stimulate, get the thyroid working again, it has a major effect on depression. Okay? So let's look at that three-prong approach this morning. What did we see clinically? Okay? What do we see clinically? And I'll give you some reasons that, especially when it comes to food, that there's a huge link. One, people are low in vitamin D. people with depression, generally very low in vitamin D, very low in vitamin B12, the brain vitamin, the neurological vitamin, very low in DHA. Their brains were inflamed. A silent inflammation. And nobody measures it. Very few talk about it. But these are common. Low in vitamin D. You know, vitamin D is for everything. You are a solar panel. Okay? And guess when depression is worse? When the weather's, I mean, how many people go through those dark months in the winter? And it seems to me, where we live in northern Ontario, we haven't seen the sun. I was thinking about calling Noah and let's build the ark again. Because, my word, like we haven't seen the sun, it seems, like in about a month. And, that can really, I'm not saying it's a cause necessarily of depression, but it sure don't help. Low vitamin D, low DHA, low B12. Usually they're low in zinc. Now, I don't talk about zinc so much. And the reason I don't, I'm not big on taking a zinc supplement, by the way, okay? Like, not that I've never done it or never recommended it. I just would rather people eat steak. And I think, okay, this is me. When you look at vitamin D, B12, you look at inflammation, low DHA, high omega-6. People are eating the wrong foods. We have been on a failed experiment for so long, and the results have been disastrous in every area, every chronic disease. Every chronic disease has gotten worse, not better. Okay? Heart disease is worse. Cancer is worse. Autoimmune is worse. Diabetes is crazy worse. Alzheimer's is like brain unreal worse. I mean, where's the bang for the buck? I mean, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know in North America, we spend more money per capita on our health. And where's the bang for the buck? I mean, we're sicker than ever. Depression is worse than ever. And the lies, I can't handle it almost. And, you look at the trend and see everything getting worse when it comes to that. We spend more money, but nobody talks about prevention, or very few. We talk about detection, but not prevention. And it's a pill for this, and a pill for that, and a pill for this, and a pill for that. And that's like, and then when you talk about nutrition, I get a migraine. Because it's unreal. They're so negative on the animal kingdom for foods. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. In terms of foods, if you're eating anything but the animal kingdom, like if you're living on plants, fruits and vegetables, and you think that's good for you, I'm telling you, your brain is saying, hello. You're missing stuff, including zinc. Your diet is incomplete. And we have a world today living on, processed foods, man-made foods, including cereals, and, it's unreal. And then we wonder what the results are. And then every day I get feedback. Well, Dr. Martin, I'm reading another article on the dangers of eating meat and acidic diet. Now, you see why I get a migraine? My friend, if you don't eat meat, you don't get zinc. Vitamin S and depression. See, this is what the person who wrote this note, in their third week on the reset, their brain was starting to clear up. And their symptoms were getting better. And the reason is they started with a foundation of food. Eggs, meat, and cheese. Don't ditch dairy, switch it for your brain. And it's another reason, by the way, that we see so much of thyroid deficiencies, okay? I wrote out a pile of stuff, okay? And I'm going to go by alphabet, okay? Thyroid, sluggish, not diseased, just not working up to snuff. Now, remember, just while I say this, you have to have in your mind the pyramid of your hormones. Thyroid on the top, okay? Thyroid on the top, ovaries on the bottom, or for men, testes. Halfway up, your adrenals. In the middle, draw that pyramid, and in the middle, your pancreas. Okay? Now you're going to get a picture of hormones. And I went like this. A's, anxiety, apathy. B, brittle nails. C, cold intolerance, cold hands and feet. Confusion, constipation. D, decreased energy, delusions, depression, difficulty concentrating, diminished food intake. H, hair, eyebrows, thinning hair. I'm a very observant. People would come into the office and I like, Doc, you're in my space. I'm looking at you. I want to see those eyebrows. I want to see your hair, women, ladies. And funny, D, difficulty concentrating, diminished food intake. Then I went to, and then I skipped over diminished food intake, did I? And yet they gain weight. That's at the end. Insomnia, lethargy, manic symptoms. A lot of times, with, I found this over the years with me, with, manic patients, right? And And I said, your hormones are out of whack, man. No wonder you're bipolar. Your hormones you're in a metabolic storm. Everything's out of kilter. Your thyroid's not working properly. Your cortisol is through the roof. You've got estrogen dominance. Your progesterone is not keeping up. You've got insulin resistance out the wazoo. Memory, paranoia, restlessness, and then the last one, weight gain. Sometimes weight loss, but mostly it was weight gain. I look at food and I gain weight. Hormones. It has a huge effect on your mind and depression. But, because nobody ever looks at the big picture, let's put you on SSRIs. Medication. And they're not building a foundation. Change my fuel. My brain wants a change. My brain is demanding. Give me fat. Give me fat-soluble vitamins. Oh, Dr. Martin, I thought fat made me fat. I thought fat was bad for me. I thought red meat was acidic. I thought red meat causes cancer. I thought, eggs, cholesterol, and cheese. Cheese, that's bad, isn't it? I said, do you like it? Yeah? Well, then eat it. It's from the animal kingdom. Enjoy. We have a whole generation or two that bought the lie of eating a low-fat diet. They bought the lie. They went hook, line, and sinker. And they started eating salad as if they were a rabbit. I watched it happen. That salad became the foundation of the pyramid in food. It was the best. Well, by the way, it has no cholesterol. Yeah, that's the problem. Your hormones. You have to change the fuel and feed your body the right nutrients. There's no B12 in the plant kingdom. There's no B12 there. How can you do well in the world? How can your health be optimized without B12? It's impossible. How can your health be any good, really, without optimizing your vitamin D? Your body is designed for it. How many people have solar panels all over their body and they never use it? Oh, the sun, I'm going to get skin cancer. I posted yesterday in our private Facebook group. I took a picture. I think it was March the 23rd or something, 2020. I was on a beach in Florida when they closed it. And I was John the Baptist in the wilderness screaming, "Stop! What are you doing? Everybody get off the beach." Guys, it was like I was in a movie. It was like I'm in a sci-fi starring Dr. Martin. I was on the beach when the police came up with their megaphones. Get off the beach. The bug is coming. And I'm going, John the Baptist, stop, stay on the beach. The sun is the best thing for the virus. Get out in the sun. Did they listen to me? Nope. Of course not. Was I right? 100%. You couldn't get that virus on the beach if your life depended on it. Oh. Okay? And guys, this is why I am so big on starting off by changing your fuel. If I could get into every psychiatric, well, I got a text. It's on my phone that I'm using as my camera. I got a text from a lady who works in the psychiatric ward for years and said, you know what, Dr. Martin? One thing you were right about, they're all carboholics, sugar addicted. He said it was almost invariable. They were addicted to sugar. Yeah, of course. If they, in depression, clinical depression, if they would start with food, they would be shocked how effective that is. Now, I'm not saying it's everything, but it's sure huge. Because, I'll give you a little history on medications. Okay? Like Prozac. You're not missing Prozac and therefore you're depressed. Okay? I know why I'm depressed. I'm missing Prozac. I'm missing an SSRI. No, you're not. No, you're not. And when those things came out, there was huge warnings on them. Use temporarily. But it's amazing. It's like, I've told you this before, proton pump inhibitors, for your acid reflux. There's always a warning on them. Don't use these for very long. They're not meant to be used. But, you've got depression? Well, I guess you're going to be on meds for the rest of your life. That's the answer. But did they ever get a workup? Did they ever look at deficiencies? Did they ever look at what they're eating? Did they ever look at, leaky gut? We talked about it yesterday. That, let me just get my notes out. The gut-brain connection in psychology today. The testing of the microbiome. We ought to pay, and this was an article in Psychology Today, April the 23rd, pay more attention to the microbiome. Leaky gut, leaky brain, leaky gut, leaky thyroid. Remember, T4 to T3, 20% occurs in your gut. Our diet has really, really messed up our livers. Big time. I'm a big guy on the liver. It doesn't get enough respect until it doesn't work anymore. But people are walking around and they don't have a clue that they've got fatty liver. And with fatty liver, you know what? You're not converting T4 to T3 because the majority of that occurs in the liver. And with fatty liver, you get a sluggish thyroid. And how do you get fatty liver? Oh, Dr. Martin, eating fat? No. Eating sugar. And especially high fructose corn syrup. And that'll mess up your thyroid. And that's why you got a whole generation or two that are walking around. They got fat. They have fat in their liver and they don't know it because, I know who told me. But guys, that's holistic. Look at the body and look at it. Don't look at it just in pieces. 1,000,000 times. My thyroid numbers are normal. Dr. Martin, what are you talking about, my thyroid? My doctor said my numbers are normal. Yeah, your doctor got hijacked by the labs. The labs are wonderful. I love labs. I love blood work. I do. But first of all, you better get the right blood test. But the thyroid's got a lot of strings attached to it. It's just a puppet. I look at this whole thing and I get people, if they would start with that foundation with the diet, and optimize their B12, optimize their vitamin D. These are essential. Essential. Make sure your thyroid is functioning at its best. Get off those inflammatory foods, the ones that man makes. You know when they say, like meat causes inflammation? What? No, it doesn't. It's the opposite. Meat is anti-inflammatory. It's the omega-6s. It's those seed oils. Go in the middle aisles of your grocery store, and almost every food in there has got some form of canola, Canada's gift to mankind. I get a headache. Canola oil. It's a seed oil. It's meant to run your car, not your body. You go and see all those, because you see what happened. Fat got vilified. Oh, fat, look at the fat. Well, now I'm going to give you an unsaturated fat. I'm going to give you this oil, and it's good for you. Cook with it. And every restaurant, just about, they went for it. Soy oil and canola oil and grapeseed oil and safflower and sunflower and all these oils. They're terrible. They create a real imbalance in the body of inflammation. I never seen a case with depression where they didn't have inflammation in the brain. Very low in DHA. Very low in DHA. Your brain is made up of fat, my friend, and cholesterol. The expansion of people. Huge size differential in the last 40 years in North America in people. Right? We got bigger, but our brain shrunk. Our brain shrunk. You want to be called fathead. Anywho. Okay, what else was I going to say? I think that's about it. I did a lot of ranting today, but I just get uptight. I can't stand it when people lie and how we get lied to in nutrition and health even. It's just crazy to me. Okay, but I love you guys. Okay, if I haven't told you that lately, I mean it. I love you guys, okay, because you guys are the greatest. I got the smartest audience. I mean, I just can't get over it all. I pinch myself sometimes and appreciate you guys more than you know. Okay, now, what's Friday? Question and answer. And maybe Monday too. I can't get over that. Like how many questions we get. No, but guys, this is what we want. A lot of times, even the things that I bring out are answers to questions. Okay? Answers to questions that we get. Get in our private Facebook group. If you're not a member there, why aren't you a member there? We got over 21,000 people there. Be a member. Put a like on Facebook and tell your friends about the Doctor Is In podcast. Tell your friends about Sun, Steak, and Steel. They can still get that book. Okay, guys, we love you dearly. We'll talk to you soon.